Double H, 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 double H. Guys, it's the kid, it's the golden picking, it's that damn dude. Do you know what gets me? Guys, this is a Q&A, but let me just do it a little intro. Do you know what really just sort of gets me crazy, gets me going mad? Is do people still think in 2020 aka HR is going to change his view? I'm sure you're looking on Twitter and everything. People still think they're going to convince me that either Messi or Cristiano are the GOATs. Like, it's never happening. It's never happening because, and I don't know why people just can't accept they are club GOATs, they're Champions League merchants. Just accept that. But with regards to a Maradona or Zidane, they'll never be those. Those will always be the true GOATs. Messi and Cristiano, they're just your cheap-ass corporate B-Tech GOATs who hide behind multi-billion dollar teams. But when it comes to actually having to now play with a degree of difficulty, they are flops. They're international flops. So you'll never. But people still feel they can sort of try. No, and this crap about flipping Iniesta without Xavi is trash. 34 years old, Zidane was leading his team to World Cup final. 34 years old, Iniesta was eating ramen noodles, sushi, sumo wrestling in Japan. There are levels to this. So I just want people just to accept your place. Your GOATs aren't that great. They've done good in club football, but overall, they're not individual titans like my GOATs. So my GOATs are better than your GOATs. Just accept that simple truth and fact. Your GOATs are trash. Your GOATs are trash. It's HR. It's HR, guys. It's HR. See, that's what you. This is HR's debut, and I may bring so. Don't take it personally. So let me just warn you. This is HR's debut on the stream, and HR is very harsh. You think HR is harsh? HR is very harsh. Half reality is very harsh. So when I answer the questions, HR is going to be as forthright with the questions as possible, but don't take it personally. Please, HR just acts off reality, but he's not trying to be personal to you. But according to HR, your GOATs are garbage because they have no mental strength. Cristiano never played the Euro final, so that doesn't count. Eder won him the trophy. Pepe won the trophy. Messi was garbage in both of those things, semi and final. And only if you're a loser do you clutch onto that BS straw that, oh, he was nominated as the best player because that was a flipping losers award that they gave to him. Messi and Cristiano, they're international bombs. And it is an insult to football, an insult to the legend that these guys are called GOATs when in the greatest competition they have been complete and total failures. It's half reality. What's up? Guys, football is back. Football is back. Yeah! Football is back, guys. So we're hearing that June 17th. We're going to say what's up in June 17th. June 17th, we're going to pop off. Apparently, BBC have said that they're going to pop off some things. BBC are going to pop off some things. So, guys, I'm hype. I'm hype. You know, so games will be shown, I think, mostly on Sky Sports, but they said they're going to be 4 games shown on BBC, which is new. That's never ever happened before. So, La Liga, June 11th, Sevilla against Real Betis. So I'm now have to reignite my Premier Sports account. What's the other one? So that's June 11th, and then we also got the BBC thing. So, guys, it's going to be so hype. But guys, this is about you. This is about the return of football, and this is about you guys. Guys, remember, don't take what HR says personally. What did Said Benrahma do? What did he do? what did Said Benrahma do? What up? So, oh yeah, what the heck? Wait, why does this guy have my own? I was about to say, wait, did I comment or did I change my name? That's crazy. So, HH has a whole lot of Twitter, but see, Aaron, why do they do this? Why do they do this to me? It's like they don't unleash the beast. Don't unleash the kid. Because if you unleash the kid, it could get nasty. If you unleash the kid, it could get nasty. What's this one? What the hell? If you unleash the kid, it could get nasty because people don't realize that if you come for my boys, I will be extremely harsh towards you. Um, very, very harsh towards you. So you have to be very, very wary with what you boys do. You have to be very, very wary with what you boys do, man. But yeah, but you see, the thing about Twitter and so forth is, and with this whole Messi Cristiano thing, because it's going to be a war that will rage all through. People will try in vain to try and convince me that those World Cup flops are something. And you know what is so funny? The funniest thing is them saying that, oh, who cares about a tournament that happens every 4 years? That's when you're just so sad because it's so embarrassing how garbage they've been in the World Cup that they come up with crap to try and explain it. And you can't explain the fact that Zidane has said what's up in the Champions League. He said what's up in domestic league football. He said what's up at the Euros, and he said what's up at a World Cup. So Messi and Cristiano can't say anything to Zidane. They can't. You can't, because Zidane has covered all bases as a player. You can't. You can't just say, oh, well, no. Everything matters. Everything matters. So I'm sorry, you flopped. They said defensive football is extinct in 2020. Cultureers, don't listen to that errant football Twitter is nonsense. Football Twitter is complete and utter nonsense. Because football Twitter is a bunch of airheaded, moronic buffoons who don't know anything about football. But because that these non-footballing psychopaths idolize a player, they just spend 24/7 of their sad lives in their basements thinking of ways of defending their player. So you're just a cultist. That's all you are. You're just a flipping cultist. I don't troll. See, the funny thing that anybody who knows me knows that I don't have to troll. Because I truly believe what I believe. Like I've always said, Messi is the most talented club football player that we've ever seen. You could argue that Cristiano is perhaps one of the greatest, specifically the greatest Champions League player ever. But when we're not now going so deeper with regards to their whole repertoire, they are legends in the club game. In the international game, they've done nothing of note. They've done nothing of note. In the national game, what have they done of note? Like people keep saying that Cristiano won a Euros. No, he was part of a Euro winning team, but he wasn't there in the final. The most important game, he went there in the final. So Pepe held it down all the way through. Quaresma scored the winning goal against Croatia. You and Nani both scored the 2 goals against Wales. So what great thing did he really do? I see people miss these details. See, for me, I look at all the details, man. I look at all the footballing details, man. So that's my thing. This makes a non-footballing question, but I won't answer this. Complete and utter crap. Henry Cavill's Superman is the most boring, one-dimensional, regressive Superman that there ever is. And him coming back as Superman is completely and utterly stupid. I will not be watching a Superman film directed by that piece of crap, J.J. Abrams, starring Henry Cavill. The Premier League sets return. Can Chelsea get top 4? Red Devil, man. I mean, this is what we'll be discussing tomorrow, because we'll be doing a deep dive into the Premier League, but specifically, we'll be doing we'll be doing a specific look at the top 4. Red Devil, I don't know, because Chelsea are so unpredictable. And because they're so unpredictable, it is very hard to say who will get top 4. Tottenham have Harry Kane back and Sunrise in the East back, and with them both having them back, it's going to make it very, very difficult for me to predict anything, because who knows, Tottenham could go on a crazy run. But the crazy thing about the whole top 4, you're saying, yes, they can get top 4. Will they get top 4? It depends whether they can say what's up. Any vehicles you like, and are there any full-size pickup trucks in London like the F-150? Not really. And then London is not really, you see, that's much more of an American thing with regards to pickup trucks. But for me, I've always been a fan of the TT Coupe. So the TT Coupe has always been a Porsche TT Coupe. I've always been a fan of. But what I really want is a spaceship. Like that has been my dream for the last 5 years. My dream is to have my own spaceship and just to adventure through space. Basically, Star Trek. Basically, I want to be Captain HR. Captain HR. Captain HR is pretty much what I want to do, man. Henry has every trophy, but HH doesn't rate his legacy. Let's see what Thierry Henry did. Thierry Henry literally rode on the coattails of Barcelona because he literally moved to Barcelona just to win a Champions League. I've always said that Thierry Henry is the greatest Premier League player of all time. Let's keep it real. He doesn't have it. So I mean, if we keep it real, that World Cup, was he really the best player at that World Cup? No. When we look at the World Cup, we think about Thuram, we think about Barthez, we think about Zidane, and really those are the main dudes. We think about Zidane, Thuram, Barthez, maybe even Laurent Blanc. Those are the guys we don't really think about Henry because he was young. The guy was a youth. Now Euro 2000 was more prominent. I think he said what's up. But I've always said that Henry's international performances have always never been as good as his club performances. This never has been. So that's why I just say Thierry Henry isn't a footballing legend overall. He is a Premier League legend and an Arsenal legend, and I still see that he's still the greatest player that Arsenal ever had. Because for me, it would have meant more if Henry found a way to win a Champions League for Arsenal than his Champions League for Barcelona. Because when you really think about Barcelona, you don't even really think about Henry. He had his role, but you really think about Eto'o, Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, and all those dudes, man. Will they have won that Euros minus Cristiano? No. Would they have won those Euros without Pepe? No. Would they have won those Euros without Ede? Who knows? So if Ede wasn't a factor, would Portugal have found a way to score that winning goal? Because Ede was just one of those dudes where he just believed in himself. There's no pressure, man. He believed in himself. But yes, without Cristiano, they don't win it. Without Pepe, they don't win it. Do they win it without Quaresma? Because Quaresma scored the winning goal against Croatia. So you take Quaresma out, maybe do they go through on penalties? Without Pepe, they don't win it because Pepe was one of the best players at that. Pepe's defending was insane. Remember, this was a Portugal team that were not attacking. So this was a defensive team. And if you're a defensive team, you need to have at least that one amazing defender. Italy, Cannavaro was that dude. So, guys, let's tell the full story. They wouldn't have won it without Cristiano because he came in clutch. They wouldn't have won it without Pepe. Because Pepe, from the first game to the very final game, was immense and amazing and led that defense like a titan. So because see, people's narrative is always that, oh, Cristiano won a Euro. He won Portugal the Euro. It's like, no. Ronaldo won Brazil that World Cup. Maradona won Argentina that's World Cup. You could argue that even in important, Zidane helped really win France. So because those are the guys who, in the final, they said what's up. They said what's up all the way through, but also in the final. The finals, that's the big game, baby. That's the money pie. That's the cash check. So I need you to say what's up in the biggest possible game. So that's what it is. But guys, look, all I said is this is not to derail or drive from everyone. Cristiano and Messi are still amazingly talented players. They're still amazingly talented players. And what they've done is legendary. It's just that I don't view them as legendary as most of you. I would be stupid to deny. Look at the amount of goal scoring records that they've broken. Look at how they've changed the game. Look at how they've changed the way that we view consistency. We now have viewed consistency in a whole different way. They have popularized the term consistency. Because before Cristiano and Messi, consistency wasn't a thing. It was about how good were you at your very best, which is what I always use. Because for me, like, growing up, there was never any players who were consistent for like 5-6 years. They had like your 2-3 year bits. So for me, I was like, how good were you at your very best? But these dudes came in and were like, no, we're going to give you like 5, 6, 7 years of saying what's up, which I've never seen before. So I can never deny what these guys have brought to the game. So they are legends, but the way how highly you rate them, I just don't rate them as highly as you guys rate them. That's just that, and that's just me. And I just think, how we just have to roll, man. HR, thoughts on a Pogba and Fernandes midfield for United? Honest opinions. Will they have the right chemistry? Because again, whatever you see on paper normally isn't exactly what you see in practice. But I'll tell you this though: is Bruno Fernandes is one of the signings of the season. He's one of the signings of the season. That was a player that United needed. That is a player that they needed because of how Solskjaer wants his team to play. And what was missing was that dude in the middle who could drive forward with the ball. I've always said, I see what United need is a Thiago Alcantara or a Toni Kroos. They need a guy who can help control the tempo of the game. Once you have that, it allows Pogba to expand and fly like a Tweety bird. So that's what they really need. So, but with this though, is Pogba now has a partner in crime to help create in that final third. What made Barcelona so dangerous? In that final third, you had the creativity of Iniesta, you had the creativity of Messi, you had the creativity of Fabregas. So you had the creativity of all these different dudes. So they were all bringing all different multitude of ideas in the final third to create. So the issue that you had without Bruno Fernandes was the only guy who could really create coming from the middle was Pogba. But Pogba has to create. Pogba has to tackle. Pogba has to keep the ball. So Pogba has to be the cam. He has to be the central midfielder. He's got to be the box-to-box. It's too many things. In a team, every player has to have their clearly defined role. They have to have their clearly defined role. So a Pogba Fernandes thing will be interesting because now it makes Man United far more dangerous when you're not entering that final third area. Now, does this equate a Premier League title? No. No. Labile Bruno Fernandes is not enough for United to close the gap with Liverpool and Man City. Liverpool and Man City, they are far, far away. United need like 2-3 players. They need 2 or 3 serious players to really say what's up. They don't. I think they need an outstanding attacking player. Rashford is very talented. He's a very talented player. And shout out to your boy Mo for sending me that compilation of Rashford. But they need a truly unquestionable world-class player. Like if United came through and came in with a Hurricane, I still have my questions of Hurricane, but now, okay, that's what's up. But for me, it's going to take some seasons before United can close that gap to those dudes. But again, for United fans, is Solskjaer the dude to manage this team? Keeping it real. Is Solskjaer the dude to manage this team? From Kevin K. Makalele. Oh, I saw this on Twitter. Makalele and Sian Kante. Start one, bench one, sell one. I would start based on their careers and what they did. I would start Kante, bench Makalele, and I would then sell Essien. We never saw the very best of Essien, so we never really saw what he could do. Kante is essential for any team. I think Kante is essential. What he does and his multi-talented ability is huge. I used to say that, how good is Makalele really? Is Makalele overrated? But because we did a watch. I'm going to talk more about the watch alongs. We did a watch of the France Brazil game, the thingy game. Makalele is very important. Makalele is very important. He does the things that you don't see, that the key things that you see. So you have to have him in your team. But if it's between who I start, Makalele or Kante, I've got to say Kante. Like, I'm a big fan of what Kante does. I'm a huge fan of what Kante does, and I think Kante is a dude that can really say what's up. Oh, bro. No, Sane, he's gone. It's gone. He's been promised the number 10 jersey. He's had a conversation with Hansi Flick. It's gone. It's a gone deal. It's now about agreeing for a fee. And Man City, you are losing a supremely talented player. You, how do you replace a Leroy Sané? You want to challenge Liverpool? You want to challenge Liverpool? Liverpool haven't lost a player from the likes of Sané. Sané weakens Man City. Sané weakens Man City. Oh shit, sorry. Sané weakens Man City. That's just straight facts. Come on, let me just. Oops. My lights just went out. He weakens Man City because he is. And the thing about Sané is that he's different. He's not Sterling. Sterling works well for Pep's system, but Sané is Sané says what's up. See, Sterling says hi. Sterling says hello. Sané says what's up. And sometimes having a player who says hello can be good. Because sometimes you want to be respectful, because sometimes being respectful can get you some stuff. But if, let's say, respectful is not getting you results, you have to have a guy that says what's up. Leroy Sané is a guy that's coming for the jugular, trying to say what's up. Sané and Alphonso Davies, that's huge. Speaking of which, is it wrong? Because this is what we're saying in the football dugout. Is it wrong for me to say Alphonso Davies, based on recent form, is the best left back in the world? Because people say, oh no, you're overreaching, you're being overreactionary, that's just saying too much. That's what Nick and David were saying. I said, but wait, based on recent form, last 2 months, last 3 months, last 4 months, he's the best left back in the world. So surely that is a key thing to be said, man. You see, Sterling is a system merchant, and all because Sterling is a system merchant doesn't mean that he's crap. Be clear here. System merchant isn't it's not an insult. Just means that there is very little you can do if you're taking it to many different teams. But if you find the right system, my gosh, you're amazing. So being a system merchant is not a bad thing. Thank you very much, Mr. J. Adetunji. So Mr. Adetunji says, hope you're all good. Where would you have ranked Zad if he won the 2018 World Cup? You don't ask me that. Don't. You can't do that. Look, Adetunji, you can't do that to me, man. You cannot do that to me. Look, he was not going to do it. He was never going to do it. He was never going to do it. Never. But I love what if scenarios. You guys, you know me. It's your boy HR. So HR likes what if scenarios. So, where would you have ranked Zad? If he had balled and really said what's up and was playing the way that he was playing and was critical in the semi and final, yes, he needs a Champions League. Yes, he did that, but based on the quality of the player that he is, then you see, now I have to argue with people. I have to argue with people, but if he did that, I don't want to hear anything from anyone. If you took Belgium and led Belgium to their very first World Cup, and he was the main instigator, the main dude, because this ain't a Spain thing. Because Spain was a system. Spain was a system that nobody could say anything to. So if Zad led a Belgian team where he was the main man and he carried the load, guys, we're having a very serious conversation. We're having I don't wanna delve deep, but we'd be having a very frightening conversation. And it's the kind of conversation that you guys don't want to have. You don't want to have that. So I'm happy that he didn't win the World Cup. I'm happy he didn't win the World Cup. I'm happy he didn't win the World Cup because if he won the World Cup, it's the conversation with basically people would hate me and I would receive hate mail because you think I keep for Zad this much. If he'd won the World Cup, you can't even talk to me. You can't talk to me. Never. So if he'd won the World Cup and he followed it up with a European trophy the season after, guys, what are we saying? European Cup winner and a World Cup winner. Then we're looking at a new dawn. He'd usher in a new age. He'd usher in a new age. But you know what, Zad? Build a throne. Build a throne for thy dude. Be huge. So Adetunji, I'm glad it didn't happen. Because if it's happened, it would change. It changes everything. It would change everything. If Mbappe wins that CL, it's over. It's over. The prodigy. If the prodigy, I told you about it, they screwed him. They screwed the prodigy because I need it for my narrative. I need it for my narrative. The heck? Your boy, Edward Bonamina. Fabregas is better than Gerrard, unpopular opinion. Why is that an unpopular opinion? Now, in terms of what? Gerrard, obviously, I'll say that Gerrard is more important for his team. And he's more effective for his team. So he's much more important for his team and he's more multidimensional. Fabregas has a better football brain. Fabregas is smarter. And Fabregas is technically better. He's a technically better football player than Gerrard is. You know, I said that what Gerrard has is that he is a great leader. He can play multiple positions and he can cover a wide area of the pitch. And he is very good at sort of like all action driving a team. But he just doesn't have the kind of footballing brain technique and composure. Like for me, Javi is like the complete antithesis to like Javi and Gerrard are from different views. Like Javi is like a footballing wizard maestro. And Fabregas is from that same school of a football thinker. Gerrard isn't a football thinker, a football maestro, a football whiz kid. I'm not taking anything away from him, but Fabregas has a much higher level of understanding of the nuances of the game than Gerrard does. So that's called Chanel. I was thinking about Simeone beats Guardiola, Klopp, Mourinho, MSN in CL. Look, man. We need to have a long conversation. we need to have a long conversation about that 2016 game. Because I still don't understand how Pep lost to Atletico. Like, Simeone, like essentially, if not for Cristiano, Atletico may have had a CL. Atletico may have had a CL if not for Simeone. So I think that in itself is quite crazy to see because, I mean, look, he has taken scalps. How did he beat MSN? Think about like, even for because even when I was watching, wait a minute, these dudes just won the treble a season prior. It's still the same dudes a year after. How the hell did they beat Atletico? So how did Atletico beat them? You see, those are two that don't make any sense. See, the Klopp thing is great. That's amazing. But if we look at MSN, it's like, what? I mean, like for me, those the two ones is the Bayern one and then the MSN one. Those are the two ones that really maybe say, what the hell? What the hell? Well, look, okay, I'm not going to click that thing because I don't want Liverpool fans to come and go crazy with me. But look, see, as I said again, I was ready to say Simeone quit. Simeone quit. It's done. You've lost your players. But what he did against Liverpool, which is why because you don't know how annoying it is about this COVID thing. This COVID thing was so annoying, guys. We're ready to pop off. We were ready to pop off in this Champions League because what he did to Liverpool, it's open. That was what the CL needed to really come alive, and like it was drama. It was drama that only the football thing can give you, man. Um, oh, that's the only guy I'm saying, man. Because Pep and Klopp are sister merchants. Klopp is not a sister merchant. Pep is. Pep is married to a system. Klopp isn't. Because the way that his club Dortmund played isn't how his Liverpool team played this season. Either this season or even somewhat last season. Like the 2017-2018 season, yeah, that was pretty much similar to the Dortmund side. But the 18-19 season and the 19-20 season, I think you've seen more conservatism and much more of a balance as opposed to the gong ho kind of full offensive thing from before. So I think Klopp has evolved as a manager. Pep only has one way of playing. So if Pep goes to a club, it's like, I'm only coming to this club if I know I can get football players who know how to keep the ball. If players don't know how to keep the ball, I can't work with them. So Pep's system can only work with players who know how to keep the ball. Now, does that make him a good about? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So it's cool, man. So, Neymar was purposely injured by Zuniga and Thiago Silva stupidly interfered with suspension to receive a second yellow. Who did Brazil miss more against Germany in the semi? That's it. That's it because they missed both. They missed both because defensively they were a mess. Defensively they were a mess, so they definitely missed Thiago Silva, but also offensively, Fred and Joe. Like, but see, Brazil had an R&B duo as their strike force, and defensively they were a mess. David Luiz showed you why he is a garbage defender. But if I had to pick one, Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva. Because I think that okay, guys. I'm going to introduce watch alongs. I'm going to introduce watch alongs. I don't want to do this, but I think because it's so painful, but a watch along that has to be done is the 7-1. I still haven't seen that game from beginning to end. Well, wasn't it like 5-0 after like 20 minutes? Like, guys, that's Brazil were down 5-0 after about 20-30 minutes. I don't think we realize how effed up that game was. We think we do. I don't think we actually do. So I think their morale was so low they couldn't even think about attacking. So let's see. It's weird. If Neymar had played, he would have definitely offered much more of a counterbalance, but Neymar is not a defender. So if Brazil found themselves like 5-0 down, what the hell is Neymar going to do to really lift up those spirits? Remember, a young Neymar. But I think with Thiago Silva, with his defensive understanding there, they don't go down like 5-0. Maybe they go down like 1-0 or 2-0, but not 5-0. So I think if, let's say, it was 2-0, they're still in the game. Remember, when Neymar got injured, David Luiz and Thiago Silva, they scored the goals to beat Colombia. So there are still other ways of getting goals. But, it was Thiago Silva because It was you considered 7 Gs. You considered seven flipping Gs, man. Um, yeah, I mean, it's like I'm scared of having to watch that again, man. I'm scared, man. I just, yeah, I know. I don't think I want to watch it. That's my issue. I don't think I can sit myself. Yeah, guys, I don't think I can watch that game from beginning. It's too embarrassing. It will be too difficult to watch. So I told you, I have never seen that game from beginning to end. You know, I've never like it was just absolutely flipping Amy, man. Okay, so BD Core, so you've gone around insulting me, abusing me, and you've now come onto this stream to try and get people to come onto your live stream. I mean, isn't that the most low down, completely, absolutely messed up thing to do? So you've gone around trying to insult me, say, so H is this, H is the X, the H is clown and everything, but you're coming onto my stream to try and get people to come onto your stream. And you want me to, you're not trying to help me promote your own stuff. You see, that's what you call classless, man. That's that's what you call classless, man. That's what you call classless. Um, Yo, from your bro, Jonas, man. Thank you for the big dog, man. Thank you for the big dog, Jonas, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Much obliged, man. Jonas the King. What would your starting 11 be if you could only pick players who have won the World Cup and you have to pick a World Cup winning manager? You can choose players from the past and present. That'll be tough, man. That'll be tough. Who've won the World Cup? Okay, let me try. I always go for a 4-3-3. So we'll say World Cup winning manager. So my manager would be Lippi. My manager would be Lippi because what he did for 2006 was crazy. My keeper would be Neuer. So 4-3-3. Lam right back. My left back would be Grosso. Grosso left back. Lam right back. My two defenders would be Desai and Cannavaro. Desai Cannavaro. My three in the middle. Makalele. Did Makalele was? That's a good point. Did Makalele was he? I don't think he was. He wasn't in '98. He wasn't in '98. So I'll probably go Kante, Pirlo, Xavi as my three, and my front three R9. Let me think about this. R9 Maradona. And what I'll do? R9 Romario as the pair, Maradona as the number 10. Ooh! Guys, that's a team. That's a team. That is a flipping team, man. You see, now I think with my left back, should I put in Roberto Carlos instead of Grosso? Just that Grosso was just so money. So Grosso, he's like my ace in the hole because I just think that because of the World Cup, he could just do something crazy. So, but that's the team. So Lippi as my manager. So Lippi as manager, Neuer, Bart Simpson, Desai, Cannavaro, Grosso, Kante at the base, Xavi, Pirlo as my two midfielders, Maradona as my number 10, R9 Romario. Woo! Guys, that's it. That's a team. Guys, that's a team. Guys, that's a team. That's a team. That's a team. You know, that wouldn't be bad. Via R9 Maradona. You see, that's what I say. He said no Zidane. You see, when I think about it, it's because you see, I've always said that Zidane is one great player, but in that midfield for me, for my preference, I've got to go with Pirlo. And really see the thing about this, the Zidane role is the Maradona role. It's the Maradona role because watching the 2006 World Cup again, Zidane was actually much higher up. Vieira and McClellan actually played in that CM role. And Zidane was something was CM role, but he really was the number 10 role. And if I'm choosing a number 10 between Maradona and Zidane, I've got to go with Maradona, who might arguably be the greatest player of all time. So basically, Zidane, that number 10 role it's an either him or Maradona. Either him or Maradona. But for those three, guy, that's like can't say Javi Pirlo. Like wow, we're living. We are living. We are living, you know. But then the issue is that can Javi play in a system that's not the Spain safe system? Balak or Mateus? Mateus was before my time. Mateus was before my time. But I never rated Balak. I never rated Barak. Balak was good, decent. I never really rated him as highly as other people did. So from this one, I know of Lothar Mateus, I would probably roll with Mateus in there. So yeah, we see people say, as I said, okay, I explained the whole Zizou thing. Dino, no. For an all-time World Cup team, because let's keep it real. See, when you think for the thing about the question is not only people who won the World Cup. I'm looking about how well you performed at that World Cup. Is how well you performed at that World Cup. Because for me, Zidane's best tournament performance in terms of just quality was Euro 2000. What made 06 so good was, look, he was already past it. What made it so good was, see, that was just that was greatness. Greatness was what he did in 06 because, guys, this is a 34-year-old who came out of retirement. Dino's tournament was 06. 02, he was still on the comeback. He was still pretty good in 02, but 02 was about Rivaldo and Ronaldo. That was Rivaldo and Ronaldo's tournament where Dino did his thing. Like he came clutch against England, but Dino, that wasn't his World Cup, So it's like Cannavaro, that's his World Cup. Like Cannavaro said, what's up? Like, again, I said it, 2014, that's best player award should have gone to Neuer. That thing should have gone to Neuer. If it should have gone to Neuer, because it doesn't make any sense why you don't give the best player to people who they won the World Cup. They won the World Cup, so why wouldn't you give it to a team that people that won the World Cup, man? See, if Yaya Toure had great work rates, he would be the perfect midfielder. If he had great work rates, you see, for me, Yaya Toure was one of those guys where it's like a what if scenario, because remember Yaya Toure is sort of different from he sort of changed and he then adapted his game. He changed and then he then adapted his game. So it's interesting to now see where his game is at right now. Like what he did for those seasons was crazy, but he didn't really sustain it. So even if he had the work rate, would he be one of the best? Or how good would he be? I see now. I get what you're saying because, in terms of the perfect midfielder, which is that he can tackle, he can pass, he can run with the ball, and he can score. Like people forget this dude notched up like 22 or 23 goals in a season, which is insane. Absolutely insane, man. Oh, so yes, my father has a big stutter, and me and my brother get it from him. So like I do like like it was really bad when I was young, really bad when I was young. So and even my mom wanted to take me to like a speech therapist. I was like, no, chill, 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 chill. So it's a lot better than it was. But yeah, like it's hereditary. It's from my dad. You know, it's from my dad. So I think there is the thing with stutters. What they always say is you're speaking before you're thinking. So what they say to you, and what I try to do is just think about what you're trying to say, then say it. Just think about what you're trying to say and say, but it's like your mouth is moving before your brain is processing what you have to do. But yeah, you know, it's from me, papa. It's from me, papa. So Hakimi and okay, Hakimi and Mbappe or Davis and Sane, what pairing would be better? Hakimi and Mbappe. As far as a pairing, Hakimi and Mbappe. You know, now defensively it'd be crazy, but in terms of you must be talking about attack. So what can they do to combine in the attack? Oh my gosh, Mbappe and Hakimi, my God, that'd be crazy. Like Hakimi is like a attacking midfielder. Like this guy is a goal scorer. This guy just scores goals. Like this guy is in the midfield and everything. It's crazy. Like from Davis is a superb left back and everything, but Mbappe and Hakimi, oh my God, they're amazing. You know, like I'm a huge, huge fan of Mbappe, man. I'm a huge, huge fan of Mbappe. Do you think the Premier League and La Liga would be more intense now? We're intense now when now every injured player is coming back. Guys, man, guys, it's going to be crazy. Like we'll talk more about it tomorrow because I definitely want to get guys' views about it. But what's going to be so crazy is because Premier League said they want the next season to start in September. So it's the swiftness and the quickness of the games and how they're coming back to back to back. And look, Tottenham are back. Like Tottenham, like Harry Kane and Son, so then they're now fully back. So that's first, like for me, I think the top three is done. Leicester City, maybe the top three is done. That fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight. And is Loftus-Cheek still injured? Is Loftus-Cheek still injured? That's what I want to know. But it's going to be a flipping dogfight for that top four. For me, I think Leicester City just about have it. And the reason why Leicester City have it is because I think everyone else is inconsistent. But put it this way, if let's say a United or Wolves can be like 4 or 5 games on a winning run, oh my gosh, it puts Leicester and Chelsea under serious issues, man. So it's going to be extremely intense. It's going to be extremely intense because everyone is now fully fit. Everyone's fully fit because I had already written off Tottenham because I said like my boy Mourinho is working with he's actually working with nothing. Lucas Moura is like a striker by himself. You know, Lucas Moura and the dude, they by themselves. But now you have Kane and Son back and they're rested and they're now sort of refreshed. Tottenham are now a threat. So, and has the break affected Sheffield United adversely? Has it affected Wolves adversely? Because Wolves and Sheffield United were on a good roll. So it'd be interesting to see how Sheffield United react. Because maybe for Sheffield United, they needed to be on that rhythm and on that roll. They need to be on that rhythm and that roll. But now they've been thinking about away from that rhythm. Can they get back to the kind of groove that they had near the beginning of the season? Oh shit, sorry. From John Narney, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much, man. Build the best possible currency in the world, but you are only allowed One player from each team. Choose wisely. Best possible current team in the world. Best possible build best possible current team in the world. Oh, okay, all right. One player from each team. Man, that's I mean, see, now this is something I've got to really think about. So as a keeper, you know what? Ugh. So as a keeper, I would probably go for, you know what? People may call me crazy and everything. I'd ride with, because I have to think about the guys. I'd ride with Edison as my keeper. It's cool. I'll ride with Edison as my keeper. So again, I always stick with 4-3-3. Left back. So this is now where it gets tricky. You know what? Left back, I'm gonna go with Marcelo. Then I'll have De Vrij and I'll have De Vrij and I'll have Jimenez. Or I don't know, either Jimenez or Savage, but I'll probably say Jimenez. My right back, I would go with. I'd go with Hakimi. Screw it. I'd go with Hakimi. Let me. I'm going to get that last. So my three, I would have. See, this is difficult because you now have to really think. You now have to really think. You have to really think. Ooh, this is tough. Bruno Fernandes, I'd have him in there. Kovacic, and I probably have maybe, I still rate him, probably maybe Undombele. And then my top three, Lewandowski, because I still have Bayern. I didn't use Bayern. Messi and Neymar. So Messi and Neymar. So I have those three. But see, that's something that I need to really sit down and really think about. I need to really sit down and really think about, you know. Yes, aside, man. So, look at the remaining fixtures. United have the easier run, and Leicester City and Chelsea are pretty much screwed. Okay, then. All right. Let's have a look, shall we? Manchester United. Do they have the? Yeah, but see, yeah, they don't have the. Do they have the fixtures done? Wait, Premier League. Wait, you see, they don't have the fixtures here. Premier League fixtures. Have they? You see, yeah, it's all F top. Yeah, see, it's all F top. So who do United have? I mean, who do you who do you United have, like, with regards to like their last few games? Because look, I can't guarantee you Chelsea maintain top four, which is why it is important Chelsea beats Bayern at the Allianz. You know, so just to keep it safe that Chelsea are in Europe next season, I think it's important that they win this Champions League. Just to be safe, just be the safe side. I think they need to deliver Bayern at the Allianz, because Chelsea have been up and down. But again, maybe this break has helped Chelsea. Maybe this break has helped Chelsea. But United, I'm worried. I'm worried. Top games are Spurs and Leicester. But you can never. But this is the Premier League. You can never ever underestimate anyone. But if those are the toughest games, so that means you're not. So that means United doesn't have to play any top four teams. That's good. So no Man City, no. Sorry. But apart from Leicester, no Man City, no Arsenal, no Chelsea, no Liverpool. All right. Oh, see, that's what I forgot. Yeah, okay, see, yeah, sorry. My defense would be, you know, what my defense would be. Who did I say? Who was my other thing for my defense? I'll do Van Dijk and Upamecano. Van Dijk and Upamecano. That would be my defense. Again, I see. This is why whenever you do these things, you need to really think about it and have it later because you can easily forget. So Upamecano and Van Dijk would be my two defenders. I need to think about my midfield as well. See, because then I'm thinking that, see, I was thinking of having Alfonso Davis as my left back, but I'd want Lewandowski as my striker, who I think is the best striker out right now. So I'd have to sacrifice that and just say, you know what, I'll give that to Marcelo, and I'll then put Lewandowski as my Bayern thing to be my striker. I hope you're doing well. I don't watch UFC that much, but I am thinking of trying to get into UFC because I watched this interview with Francis Ngannou with Mike Tyson. I'm just hearing about his story. I was like, oh wow, man, he has a very, very fascinating story of where he's come from and so forth. So, and look, boxing's getting, but boxing being a bit sketchy because UFC is catching up with boxing. UFC is definitely catching up with boxing. So, yeah, man. But yeah, Khabib, I loved what he did to Conor McGregor because I watched that fight. So what he did to Conor McGregor, I was yeah, man. The guy really got him good, man. But yeah, you see, the reason why I like this though is this now. Liverpool can now just win it. Liverpool can now just win it totally. So Liverpool can just go in, do what they need to, and just win the title. Because I was like, if they were given the title, it just wouldn't feel right. Yes, they deserve it. Yes, nobody should really complain, but it's like there'll always be that asterisk. But now they're like, no, we can now win it on the pitch. Now, it would have been more ideal if they won it in front of the Cup at Anfield, but just win it. You know, waited for so long through it and everything. That's just. But what if Liverpool lose all their games and Man City somehow win all their games and win it? like there's a next to 0% chance of that happening. There's a next to 0% chance of that happening. Oh wow. There's a next to 0% chance of that happening, man. This is a great question. I think I mentioned it. Most unstoppable treble winning side season. For me, it's between two teams. It's between the Bayern 2013 and Barcelona 2015. The reason why I'm going to go with the Barcelona 2015 is Barcelona, Dortmund made it very close in that final. Dortmund made it very, very close in that final. So nobody even tested Barcelona. Nobody tested them. From the very beginning to the very end, Barcelona ripped to shreds everybody. By the time they got, I think they lost one game in the groups. When it got to the knockouts, I think they maybe lost like the second leg against Bayern. But they'd already destroyed them in the first leg. But they got that ass, man. They got that ass. They told you it was a cheat team. They got that as like that's which is why it doesn't make any sense. Because Luis Enrique was still the manager the next season. Like, how did a team destroy everyone one season and next season they get taken up by Atletico? It doesn't make sense. And I vaguely remember the game because I remember I think in the second leg, Atletico scored really early. They were like really offensive. They scored early, and I think they scored through Griezmann. Maybe Coach Nero's going to help me. I think Griezmann scored early, and they just went full on defense and they just shot them out, which is crazy. But it's so funny that as strong as that team was, if you had a strong, well-drilled defense, you could hold them. Look at what Juve did. They didn't score a single goal in like 2 legs. But see more, he said the most unstoppable team. See, one of the most impressive runs was United based on who they faced. We could also argue Real Madrid's run in 2018 was also pretty impressive. But United weren't as unstoppable as Bayern or Barcelona, because those two guys were like nobody even touched their chin. What did you give Luis Enrique credit? He won a treble. I give him some credit, but I don't think give him that much credit because you had the most talented frontline that club football has ever seen. You literally had the three best South American players in the world. So the tactic was long ball to the front three, they'll figure it out. And for most of the games, it was like Messi, Neymar, and kind of just figured it out. So I don't know how much coaching or tactical stuff that he really brought into that team. Which is why I give Zidane more credit than I do a Luis Enrique, because yes, Zidane had all those players, but if another manager had that same team, I don't think they do what they do. Zidane just was able to punch the right buttons to get the best out of that team. My 9-year-old cousin could coach MSN and they did win a treble. And they win a treble. So I you can't give him that much credit, man. Let's keep it real. Is anybody talking about Luis Enrique being one of the best managers of his generation? Is anybody saying that? No one is saying that. Let's see. What if Messi goes crazy in World Cup 2022? My thing here is this: is that you know what? I want Messi to win. I think for the sake of football, I think I'd want Messi to at least win one international trophy. Just win one international trophy, and then we can call it square. I think if you can just win one international trophy, it's cool. For me, I just think a World Cup it's difficult because I look at France, I look at Belgium, I look at England, I look at Holland. I mean, I look at Brazil. There are too many emerging talents. That is, 2014 was just the perfect time because that was just the perfect Argentina team. Brazil were not really saying anything. France were not really fully there. Italy were not fully there, so it was the perfect opportunity. Italy are coming through. There's so many, like what is happening right now. Teams are rebuilding. Portugal are coming through. So many countries have a stream of young talent, like a young core that are coming through. And I don't see that young core coming through from Argentina. Apart from Lautaro Martinez and maybe Dybala, who else do Argentina have that is young and coming through? So a World Cup 2022 for Messi, it's not looking too bright, man. It's not looking too bright. From Nias Said man says, HH, you need to respect on Didier Deschamps' name. No, I don't. The guy is both a World Cup winner as a player and as a manager. He was the captain in 1998. Yes, I give him credit for being a World Cup winner as a player and as a manager, because that is a very rare feat. I think the only other dude who's done that is Beckenbauer. I think Zagallo might have done it. I don't think I'm wrong. I think Zagallo might have. No, Zagallo, because in 98 they got beaten in the 98 because he won it as a player, but I don't think he won it as a coach. But my issue with Deschamps is Benzema. Like, that is like what he's done to Benzema is disgusting. Benzema should be a World Cup winner and a Euro winner. And now we're having a different conversation. Because just think about it. If Deschamps wasn't such a petty prick, Benzema would be a Champions League winner, got the league, a Euro winner. They win Euro 2016 with Benzema. Understand? They had Gignac. A side chick got into the final. It's shocking enough that a side chick got into a flipping final. But a side chick was not going to win them to. So it was either a side chick or Gignac. But if Benzema is on that team, they win the Euros, 100%. If he's in the World Cup, they win it anyway. So because now if Benzema is a World Cup winner, a Euro winner, and a Champions League winner, what conversation are we having? So yes, I respect that he's done it as a player and as a manager, but you know what? F you, bro. F you for doing that to Benzema. Like Benzema should punch him. I don't think anybody would have it if Benzema punched him. Let me say what's up in 2022. First of all, they need the right manager and the right coach. This is the most excited I've been about the future of Nigerian football for a long time. You know, I think Victor Osimhen, Chukwueze, even throwing Iwobi, Simon Moses. There are some really, really good players coming through. But they need the right coach. But I still believe that you have to go under there are still talents under that bridge. If you go to Obalende or just go to some of those streets, there's still some talents over there. But in Nigeria, have a long way to go before they can say anything at a World Cup. Because look, it's hard because there are so many teams, and I still feel that the African teams they're missing. There's that gap they're missing when facing the top South American and European teams. And people will argue that, well, France have taken a lot of these African players, which obviously doesn't help, but if you're not going to be organized and structured, what are these African players going to do? So, HH, where will this Liverpool team rank in the EPL if they were to break the points record and get the most wins? They would rank very highly. So we would have the that's Chelsea team that Mourinho had. Of course, you could have the Invincibles, and you'd have the 100 points Man City team of 2 seasons ago. So for my thing is like, when you're looking at, I'm looking at obviously your achievements and how you did it. The key thing is how. Now, if you break the points record, that puts now it's actually if they break the points, because I think City have the goals record. Correct me if I'm wrong in the live chat. I think City have the goals record. But I'm sorry, man. People can hate all you want. People say, "Oh well, they draw these games." Arsenal say that no one ever beats us. We've done something that no one has ever done, and that whole thing of we were invincible. We always walked off the pitch. Either as we never walked off the pitch as losers ever. We never walked off the pitch as losers for an entire season. No one has ever been able to do that in the Premier League. But yeah, if Liverpool break that points record, oh no, they'd be. I'd put them above Mourinho's Chelsea. I think they'd be third. I think it would be the Invincibles, that City team, then the Liverpool team. The reason why I put the City team above is the way they did it. Like, that City team were literally smacking guys open every single week. Like, they were like, psh, 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 psh. They were smacking guys up. So it's what you've achieved and how you achieve. Like, Liverpool have just gone around and basically they've been very much about result, which is almost similar to what Arsenal did. It's about result. So, but if they break the points record, I mean that is still very, very interesting. But you see, but remember, he's talking about a season. How would you rank a team in a season? So you said, yeah, United won it 3 times in a row. Yeah, that's 3 times in a row, but we're talking about in a single season. If we're talking about in a season, the conversation is Arsenal Invincibles, the Mourinho Chelsea dudes, I think that only lost one game and had a crazy defensive record. The City team that got to 100 points and broke the goals record. And we'll see what this Liverpool team do. So That's just the thing, man. So Iniesta at 34 has already won the World Cup and everything he can win in football. Zidane at 34 was still fighting for that World Cup. But again, let's be fair here. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Iniesta. Honestly, I'm just saying, putting things. I just saw a very interesting comment. Let's put this into perspective here. Is Zidane being one of the best players at a World Cup at 34, I think is incredible. I think it's absolutely incredible. So it's not about what Iniesta had already done, it's what were they doing at 34 years of age. It's not about what they did at 32, what they're doing at 34 years of age. And for me, Iniesta is one of the best midfielders of his generation. So let me say he's probably the best attacking midfielder of his generation because Iniesta was amazing. But for me, are we saying that Iniesta was by far and away the best player in that Spain team? For me, in that Spain team, you've got to talk about Torres. You've got to talk about David. You have to talk about David Villa. You've got to talk about Javi. You've got to talk about Piqué. No Casillas. Robin is a World Cup winner. Yes, I know Iniesta scored the World Cup winning goal, which was clutch, and Iniesta has been super clutch. No Casillas, no World Cup. Casillas robbed my boy. If not for Casillas, we would be having a very different conversation in this stream. Because we talk about if Robin wins the World Cup, guys, don't even log onto this. Like, I'll shut down this whole channel. If Robin win the World Cup, I'm done. There's nothing. I've got nothing left to fight for. See, I still do this because I still need certain guys to. So I need the prodigy to get that Champions League. So I still need to push this narrative. If Robin got me a World Cup, oh my gosh, I'm like, it's finished. It's finished. And if not for flipping Casillas, well, I mean, why not able to score a 1v1? Although it would have been very awkward Holland winning a World Cup in South Africa. Let's keep it real. It would have been very odd if they won a World Cup in South Africa. From the side, said, the last time Nigeria had an African coach, I believe it was Stephen Keshi. No, I lie. Sunday Olise. But there was, and that led to the dismissal of. So that left to Vincent Enyama, our amazing keeper and captain, going because they had a massive clash and it did work up. But yeah, the last Nigerian coach we had was Sunday Olise. Obviously, Ajax and thingy fame. But look, best coaches that Nigeria have had was, of course, Clemens Westerhoff, the 94 coach, and Stephen Keshi, who got us to that Nations Cup thing, man. The thing about Nigeria is that they need the right coach and manager. There's a Nigerian way of playing, man. Because I just you just think about that World Cup thing, man. It's like, and then guys trying to say, oh no, like Ahmed Musa is one of Nigeria's best players. It's like what? Is that how low we've gotten? No offense to Ahmed Musa. So we've now fallen so low that now Ahmed Musa is now one of the main guys. I mean, come on, bro. Yeah, guys, hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up, man. Let's get those likes up, man. Hit that like button. I'm giving you guys quality informaciones. Support your boy and hit the like button. Give me those likes, man. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's us get those likes up. But relax. Could women be coaches? Why not? Women and men can't play football together. That's impossible. The physicality thing, that can never happen. Why can't there be a female coach? Because management, see, I was about to say, oh, you don't have the experience of men's football, but Benitez never played the game professionally. So many, like what's it called? What's the name of that? I think it's Pereira or something. The Brazilian coach. The many managers who never played the game professionally. That's our managers. So the notion of why a woman can't be a football coach doesn't make any sense. Like they should be able to. But the thing though is you have to start somewhere. You can't just hire a female coach just for the sake of hiring a female coach. It's going to be okay. If we're hiring you, what have you done prior? What kind of experience do you have for us to put yourself in there? But it's yeah. So no, I mean Nigeria had a pretty good. I don't know what happened. There's a dude called Obo Abona, who was pretty good. And Omeruwa and Obo Abona, man, were actually pretty good. And they formed a really great kind of partnership. So and I think that since then there have not been any quality defense because what's it called? They call it like the Oibo wall, which is the two light skinned dudes who are they're all right, man, but they're not as good. So I think because the only really good Nigerian defender was a dude called, I don't know whether you remember him, Uche Okechukwu. So the good one had Taribo West, who they used to call Terrible Waste. Because remember, he played for Inter Milan. He could be good and he could be horrible. He could be good and he could be horrible. But to this day, I don't care when anyone says Nigeria could have done something in 98. Nigeria could have done something in 98, man. I will always hold on to that. Nigeria could have done something in 98. And if those clans were more professional, they would have beaten Denmark. I get it. They had the loud droppers. I get it. Denmark were damn good. But we were robbed of seeing a Nigeria-Brazil quarterfinal, which would have been insane. Now, they probably wouldn't have beaten Brazil, but that would have been an insane, and also would have been a rematch from the '96 Olympics game. But yeah, man, that was painful, man. That was painful, and that was an amazing kit. That was that kit was flipping amazing, man. Um, that was an absolutely amazing kit. Bro, young bugs, relax, bro. Oh no, no, Adach, send it to me. Send it to me in a private message. DM me because the last video that I did was actually pretty cool. So DM me the video and I'll watch it. And maybe I'm do like a reaction to it or something. But yeah, DM me the video. Yeah, Peter Rufai. Peter Rufai was a dude where if you shot the ball straight at him, his whole body would shake. His whole body would shake. He was a horrible keeper, an absolutely horrible keeper. Nigeria's best keeper. People say Enyama. There was this keeper that we had called Dosu, and he was the keeper that we had where we won the '96 Olympics. But I think he was in a car crash. So he was in a car crash and he had like a serious injury, and then that was it, man. But yeah. Asia, Germany 2014 versus Spain 2010. See, the other thing about it is matchups. Matchups. Now think about this. During Spain's run, the teams that gave them most trouble were South American teams. Those are not giving them most trouble. And it's all about balance. This is all about matchups. Spain would always beat Germany. 9 times out of 10, Spain would always beat Germany. So Spain 2010 against Germany 2014, Spain, I say Spain win. I think Spain win. Because Germany's football just wasn't right to crack that system. The way you crack that system is direct. Germany don't play direct. They play passing. Now, not to the same degree of Spain, but they play a passing game. The way you beat that Spain 2010 team is you have to beat their high line because those guys will try and press you. So you beat a press by putting the ball over the top. So South American teams don't pass. They go direct and they have dribblers. Holland, the way they played, especially with Robin and so forth, was direct using the speed. So that was always a bad matchup was for Spain against South Americans because South American sides are very physically aggressive and they're very direct. They don't have a patience build up. They have a more quicker, direct counter-attacking build up, and that was always what was the kryptonite to that Spain team. So yeah, I would say Spain 2010 over the Germany 2014, man. Italy 2006 versus Germany 2014. It's a good one. Italy. And the reason why I say Italy is because of nobody on the pitch. It's because of the guy in the dugout. Let's keep it real. Joachim Löw is not the best manager. I believe that Lippi would have a tactical plan of beating that German team. Like if you want to talk about mental strength, one of the strongest teams mentally was that Italy team. That team just had character beyond belief. Character beyond belief. The Germany 2014 team were superb. Absolutely so superb. But my main thing is that it will be a close game, but I think what will make the difference is, well, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. How good was that 2016? Schweinsteiger was hardly really there. You had a baby Bart Simpson, Tony Kroos hardly featured, but they took Italy to 118 minutes before they cracked them. Now, in Germany 2014 were way better and far better. So, if you're now bringing that in, maybe I'm leading towards the Germany thing. The Germany thing. No, for me, Kadim, obviously, on paper, also that's a very nice profile pic from Kadim. You look very, very friendly. So I'm sure that must be like your work pic. Basically that's like your LinkedIn pic. So basically, no, I think on paper you would say that German team was money on paper because that 06 team, you had a lot of players who were fading. Totti was past his peak. Del Piero was past his peak. Who the heck was Akinta? Who the heck was Grosso? But my main thing is Lippi. I think Lippi would be the guy that would figure out something strategically and tactically to be able to beat that German team. But it would. I mean, basically, do you know what I really my dream match? Because you always say that to what would the so what would the if you say Spain 2010 against Brazil 1970? Because people people say, "Man, that this is Spain team are the best team of all time." That'd be interesting. Spain 2010. For me, the best one of the great teams is Brazil. Brazil 1970 is perhaps the best team of all time. Brazil 1970. The best team to not win is it's a toss up between Holland 2000 and Argentina 2006, but not the best team not to win a World Cup. People say Brazil in 1982. I still say Brazil. No, sorry, I still say Argentina 06. And I will never forgive Peckerman or whatever his name is. He subbed off Riquelme when they were 2-0 up. He subbed off Riquelme when they were 2-0 up. And I was like, flipping heck, man. That was messed up, man. Look, that's what see with this See, that's it. So, if would you trust your money with this face here, with this face of Kadim? Would you trust your money with him? You know, I think I would. I think I would, man. Um, who had a better chance in '06? Argentina, easily Argentina. Brazil never played well in 2006. They never played well. They didn't have one good quality game. That Argentina team were outstanding. That was an remember that's an Argentina team where Messi was on the bench. Messi wouldn't even get into the flipping team. That was I mean, my gosh, you had Cambiaso, you had Ayala, you had Riquelme, you had Crespo, you had Saviola, you had Tevez. They had a strike partner. They had a striking option of Crespo, Saviola, Tevez, Messi. My God in heaven. That 2006 thingy was stupid. Absolutely stupid, man. Absolutely flipping stupid. Which Eastern African country is qualifying for the 2022 World Cup? Hard to say. Hard to say because not a lot of Eastern Africans have really been able to say what's up. But I remember there was one in which Kenya were actually all right. So maybe Kenya, maybe Kenya, or if I say Uganda. Hard to say, man. Hard to say. Ole is better than Lampard. Based on what? Based on what? Why would you say? I mean, look, Lampard has had a topsy-turvy season. Lampard has had a topsy-turvy season. But I think that he has slowly gotten hold of this team. And again, guys, call me crazy. Because see, I don't think the Champions League is going to go. It's not going to happen. Too much traveling. But look, is there a way that they can make the Champions League happen? Like, for instance, if they just say, not many people are traveling, we will take guys in a controlled area, test everyone in the airport, test everyone on the plane, and go into secret airports to all of these places and so forth. And then we can then ride through. So I don't understand why we can't have a situation where we can make the Champions League happen if we just have people in protective gear in the whole thing. You see, no. I want my Champions League in the proper formats. 2 legs, home and away. If you can't do that, scrap it. Because then it's not the Champions League. It's not. So if Bayern win the Champions League in a different format where it's just in one country and one leg, you didn't win the Champions League. I want it in the proper format. I want it in the proper, and if you can't have it in the proper format, we wait until we can travel and happen. And you know what? Okay, because it would be really crappy if they just scrap it. But what I'd really want for them to do is can you is there a way where you can finish it in like September, October, November, and you start this new one and you sort of congest the fixtures? Because I would almost be amazed to say, you know what I would do? Next season, scrap all the domestic cup trophies. No one cares about the FA Cup or the Coupe de Ligue or any of that or the Coppa d'Italia. Scrap all the domestic cups. Finish this Champions League campaign like in November, December. Begin this new thing, the next Champions League season, like let's say in January, February. Congest the fixtures, and you don't have those cup fixtures to sort of mess things through. Um, because no, that would be really, really, really annoying if they scrap the CL, man. Because things were so ready. But even if they keep it through, France bricked it, man. France broke it. I know it's maybe a health thing, and maybe it was the right health move to do, but France bricked it. Why did you declare the league? Why did you declare the league? You know, um, like should France have just waited? Because now, like PSG, like all these guys are doing is just pretty much getting fat, doing nothing, man. Um, yeah, like realistically, if we're being realistic, I just don't see that sale happening, man. And if it doesn't happen, Semi's minimum was never fully falsified. Let's keep it real. If the sale doesn't happen, it was never then Semi's minimum was never fully falsified because there was still a chance that we could have said what's up. Still a chance that we would say what's up. Um, if you could talk to any baller of all time over dinner, who would you choose? Um, that's a good question. If you could talk to any footballer over, this may sound cheesy, I'd still say R9. Actually, no, it's between R9 and Maradona. To be honest, I'd say Maradona because he'd be more interesting. Because I would love to have a conversation with Maradona and just, it's like, I just want to just know you, the man, because you're such an interesting character. And I just think that I would really be into what he's about. I'd be really into what he's about. So, so you've got questions for Galas. Who the heck said Torres? Who the hell would say Torres? But no, Maradona would be because again, I would see the obviously the people say, oh, Gordon, what was it like scoring that goal against England, like from the halfway line? People say, oh, hand of God. What did you? What about the final spell job? I would ask Maradona about what's would what was going through your mind and your psychology when what was going through your mind and your psychology when you were in Napoli? What drove you to say what's up in Naples and Napoli? Like, how did it feel having the weight of the city on your shoulders? How did it feel being connected to the mob? Because I really recommend you guys watching that documentary. I want you guys to watch that documentary because that is a really fascinating documentary that they have. But it's like, yeah, oh wow. So it would be it would see, I wouldn't want to have anything with the cannibal because I don't want to be eaten. Because unless I can be assured that the cannibal will eat his food and not me, I'm not doing anything with the cannibal man. Not doing anything with the cannibal. Martin, relax. Martin and Ehan, relax and respect the dude. Okay, please respect that flipping dude, man. Well, Del Piero would be cool because see, this people forget about Del Piero. There was a period in time when Del Piero was people believed he'd be the next great player. I think he came close to winning the Ballon d'Or, but he had again injury. He had a massive injury, which derailed his career. And I think he had the injury before Euro 2000. Remember, Euro 2000 was a big deal because the two big players at Italy were Del Piero and Totti. But during that period, basically, Anton Viale won the thingy for Juve, and he then left Juve. Like the new era of Juve was being led by Del Piero, who was the post Viale era. And Del Piero was seen as, oh my gosh, this was like the successor to Baggio. in terms of just like this is just a quality top tier football player. And basically, just go and look. I think I did a Del Piero and watch like Del Piero was a player. Del Piero was a player. He's dribbling, he's twisting and turning and everything is a player. And again, how many players can say that they have their own zone? And it is that they have their own zone where like there was an area on the pitch where if Del Piero was there, it was a goal. Just outside of the key, we pumping it and there was a goal. So so that's the thing, man. Sobot has a nice lolly. Balotelli would be interesting, man. But actually, so now this okay. Let me turn it to you guys now. Let me turn it to you guys right now. So in any era, pick any era. Which was the toughest league to play in? Pick any era, any season, any generation. Which was the toughest, hardest league to play in every single week? Let me see what you guys say. I'm definitely not answering that question. Which do you think? Which was the toughest league to play in any era? And name the era. Name the league and name the era. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going with one that I said. Now, why Spain? And if you're saying Spain, in what era? Because I said in terms of difficulty, because for me is how much trouble were Real Madrid and Barcelona really given in those teams? Because actually, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Just for a laugh. So Syria past winners. And one thing I also want to look at. There's one thing I want you guys to view. So let me share the screen for you. Share screen. Chrome tab. List of the top champions. All right. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. So hopefully you guys can see. Wait, let me make sure we're all good. Oops, yeah, let me boost it for you. Cool, that's good. So let's look at the 90s. 50s, 70s, 80s. You see, if you look at the 80s, check this out. Look at that. Napoli, look at that. 89, 90. That was their first one. So 86, 87. And that was literally, Maradona had just won the World Cup and led them to their very first ever league title. Then he won it again in 89 and 90. And look at that. They came runners up. Guys, give your boy some credit. So he wins it here, runner up here, then wins it here. All right. So if you look at the 90s, let's check this out. So Sampdoria, Milan. Okay, Milan only 3 times. Then Juve, Milan, Milan, Lazio, Roma, Juventus, Milan. I think this is Calciopoli. Inter. Now this is where things got crazy. So if you look at the 90s, so you had Sampdoria, Milan. So then there was also a bit of dominance. Then you had Juventus, then Milan, then Juventus twice, then Milan, then Lazio, then Roma, then Juventus, then Milan, and then that's where things got crazy. So it was up and down. Yeah. We won't speak too much about 2004, but what I want to check is this. Syria. Wait, does this have top scorers here? Yes, it does. It has top scorers. So now, guys, what do you notice here? 22, 19, 19, 25, 25, 23, 26, 24. How many times do you see the 30 goal thing broken? 24, 26. But then our good old friend, 36. Guys, we can hate all we want, and I will hate. But Homeboy scored, and they still didn't win the flipping title. This guy, this guy gave you 36 goals a season. In a single season, 36 flipping. See, I don't know how Higain did two things. I don't know how Higain did that because I don't believe it's the same Higain. But also, look how hard it was that people broke the 30 goal thing. Because if you look at it, how many times has the 30 goal thing been broken? 29, 29, 26. So if you think about it, 24, 24, 24, 24, 26, 24, 27, 24, 24, 26, 23, 25, 19, 19, 22. Crazy. Let's check La Liga past winners. All right, I think Spanish football champions. I don't know why. I don't know whether you guys. For me, I always find this thing really cool to look at. Just to look at, the different eras and so forth from teams. So let's go from the 90s. So you had Barcelona. Wow, 4 times in a row. So then you had Real Madrid, then Atletico, then Real, then Barca, then Deportivo, then Real, then Valencia, then this is where it was now going back and forth. Barca, Real, Barca. So Barca then did a three-peat. Then Real, then Barca, then Atletico. This is when they broke things up. 1, 2, then 1. Yeah, you see? That's where they broke things through. That better not be goals. That better not be big goals because I saw a 50 somewhere. Wait. Guys, is this. What? What the? I swear I saw 50. What? 38. I mean, look at these numbers. What? $50. 50. Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy Jones. Look, guys, give him so let's do what Premier League between 2010 and 2020. Okay, let's give that a look, man. Let's give that a look. That is stupid. I mean, guys, this is disgusting. 40 goals, 50, 46, 48, 40. I mean, this is disgusting. That is just it. I mean, do you know how do you get 50 goals in a season? And they came second. This guy scored 50 goals and they didn't even win the title. Oh my god, man. All right, let's do Premier League past winners. Which Yeah, football champions. All right, let's write. So what did you say? Say from 2010 to 2020. 35. Derby County. Man, I actually miss Derby County. So 2010 to 2020. So United, City, Chelsea, Leicester, Man City, and this is going to be Liverpool. So in this decade, only once has there been a three-peat. Wait, did City three-peat? No, what am I saying? So yeah, no team three-peated in this. So people, oh, United three-peated. So United was the team that three-peated. So, oh no, but I think he said from 2010. So from 2010, so you had United City, Chelsea, Leicester, Chelsea. So the only team that defended their title was City. Okay, that's competitive. I'll give you that. Jonas, I'll give you that. So United, City, United. United City, United City, then Chelsea, then Leicester, then Chelsea. Crazy. So wait, who? Oh, Salah. That's when. Yeah, see, that's when he broke the record. 32. That is crazy. Who was? Oh, the Carnival. Wow. Van Persie got 30 goals. You see that? Now that's what you call a one-man army. Henry. Oh, so Henry got 30 goals? When was this? So this was Invincibles. That was an Invincible season? I think that was an Invincible season. Um, that's the time they finished for. Yeah, man, that is crazy, man. Champions. Let's just do this. Yeah, this is fun. Champions League past winners. Champions League past winners. Oh no, I want it in a Wikipedia thing. There we go. All right. Oh, wow, 19. Oh, damn. See, I'm going to do it from when the Champions League began. Wait, how did Red Star Belgrade win this? I don't mean to be rude, but how did this happen? So then you had Barcelona. And guys, you know what's crazy about this? So Desai won it with this. Desai got transferred to AC Milan the next season, and he won it with the AC Milan. And I think he may have scored. So Milan, then Ajax. Yeah, that was my first Champions League game that I watched. Milan. So Milan could have actually, well, should have actually defended it. Then he had. So Ajax beat them on penalties. Oh wow. Then Dortmund. Guys, okay, all right, okay, guys. Do we have any Juve fans in the live chat? I don't know. Do we? Because we have to have a. Oh, because why do I have it so small for you guys? Sorry. We have to have a conversation. We have to have a serious conversation about Juventus and Champions League finals. Because I think these guys have the worst record in finals. They have the worst records in finals. So RB comps, basically Beswick and Gallo. I hope you're not in the live chat. I hope you're not in the live chat because the amount of times these guys have been to a final and lost is messed up, man. It's messed up. So Dortmund, then he had Real Madrid, then he had United. Oh, God, I remember that. Yeah, see, nah, this is the one I remember. So, yeah, I remember this final. This is when McManaman scored the third goal. McManaman scored. Was this the Yopankis team, or was this the Capello team, or was Yopankis this one? So this went to penalty. So yeah, this one that Bayern Munich won. So why are they putting this star here? Because Bayern Munich won this one on penalties. Because I remember watching that game as well. Man, how many? Okay, I don't want to do this, but can we just count how many times Juventus have lost in a final? I don't want to do this, but let's write. So Juve have lost in the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys have lost in the final 5 times. Man. 03 was AC Milan. Ace 03 was AC Milan. Yeah, AC Milan. They won on penalties. This was at Wembley. Oh no, oh sorry, Old Trafford. It was at Old Trafford. They won on penalty. Yeah. 7. Oh, are you counting beyond? Because see, I'm counting from the Champions League era. I'm counting from the Champions League era. So I believe it's 5. Yeah, because see, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But maybe if it now counts from the other European era, then obviously it's more. But let's actually go deeper. Wow, Stowe Bucharest. What the heck? Hamburg, Liverpool. What? Nottingham Forest. What the hell? Wow. 3-peat. So before Real Madrid, there was a Bayern who did the 3-peat. I actually did. This is where you had farmers. We come on, Panathinaikos, really Leeds, Saint-Etienne. Come on, guys. Basically, this is when football was played in on the road. Celtic. Wow, Celtic won a Champions League. Inter Milan, Benfica, Real. What? You see, guys, come on, man. 1, 2, 3. How do you beat a team 7-3 in a final? How do you beat a team 7-3 in a final? What's it called? It's pretty good. Again, I got my replacements, A10. Hey, check it out. Got the matrix thing. It's pretty good. It's again, as long as you don't overuse it, the battery life is really good. Like not superb, but it's really good. I told you, this I really recommend. Samsung A10, really good price, does what you need. Really well priced phone. So if you don't want to spend too much money on a phone, I mean, I'm going to put up a review on it like tomorrow. Really good phone, man. You see, my thing about it is that an iPhone, I've never been an iPhone dude. I've never really been an iPhone dude. And the thing about the Samsung Galaxy is it's like it's very functional and so forth. And the thing about this is that look how big that screen is. It's a nice screen, nice size, nice thingy button, good colors and everything. It's money, man. It's money. Like for me, like Android, like I don't mess with that whole thinking magic. I'm on Android. Yeah, so you see, for me, like I was thinking because I went to the Samsung store. That's where I got my tab from. I was thinking of getting the S10 or the S9, but too much. Like I couldn't afford it. But you see, the S8 is trash. S8 is trash, complete trash. Like it's too small, just a trash phone. It looks cool, it's a trash phone. But the S10 and S10 is crazy. The camera on that S10 is stupid. Because I went to the store and you could just take pictures. The camera on the S10 is stupid. S8 camera is crazy. See, the best thing about the S8 is the camera. The best thing about the camera, but for me, like really, Samsung Galaxy is the way to go. If you're an Android, Samsung Galaxy is like when you now go to those Chinese phones like the Huawei and everything, because because I was trying to be cheap. I bought this phone called Fury, and this phone was like it literally felt like a Fury film because I was like, I think at a point I think someone hacked my phone, so my phone was actually like operating itself. I was like, wait, has my phone been hacked? So yeah, man, those Chinese phones, man, something is wrong. City and PSG never won it. See, for me, it is more so PSG than Man City. But remember, PSG and Man City don't have the history that Bayern, Man United, and all these guys do. So without that kind of history, you don't really have that kind of expectation. Like Milan, Juve, these are teams that have like prestige. Um, PSG have really just come up with this kind of new plans to really forge their team and so forth. So, um, it's really dependent on what your team has done historically. Yeah, no, City, it just became a team. Literally, it just pretty much became a team. If Nedved played in 03 silver final, Juve will, yes, probably, because that Milan team weren't that great. That Milan team weren't that great. So Shevchenko has won a Champions League because I think Shevchenko was in that CL team. Um, but yeah, Nedved was no, Nedved was an amazing attacking midfielder. And I think that he was Juve's main guy. He was Juve's main guy, and I think that without him being in there, um, Nike or Adidas. Um, it's funny. I began with Nike, um, but then ow. So yeah, I began with Nike, loving Nike, but now I've now been more into Adidas. And I think the clothing of Adidas is better. Like, and I think because before Nike used to make the best kits, right? Now if you look at the best, like Germany's Adidas kits are flipping quality. They're flipping quality, and I think Adidas's apparel is better than Nike's. I think Nike held down the 90s, like in terms of like their boots and their football jerseys. Nike was like that. That's the Nigeria 98 kit, the Brazil 98 kit, quality. But Adidas have now really been they've been saying what's up, man. They've been saying what's up. Actually, okay, maybe to end this then. Best football boots. Best football boots, man. Best football boots. Tell me, what are the best football boots that you've had? If you had to choose your best football boots, because see the football boots that I always had playing football were Diadoras. So I think I began with white Diadoras and I went to red Diadoras. Um, Puma, yeah, it's like for me, I think I tried Puma and it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right going with my Pumas. Were really good. Lotsos were really underrated. But the reason why I liked Deodoras were it was very flat. So it was very easy to really get your foot under the ball. It was very easy to chip. And they felt like slippers because they were so light. You know, they felt like slippers, they were so light. Um, yeah, I think most people in school had the red and black Predators. That was big in school. Everyone had those. And remember, this was around the time that Ronaldo bought his Mercurials. But they're like, I think 100 and something pounds. So they were the most expensive boots. The Annan and Mercurials that had like the kind of leather, kind of soft thingies. And those were hard to get. But the big ones were the Predators. Those were huge with the really sharp thingy spikes. Um, But yeah, I mean, Magistas. Wait, do I? Never was. What is the Magister? I don't think I've seen a Magister boots. Ah, you see, when I was growing up, we didn't have these. See, when I was growing up, we didn't have these, man. Okay, so this protects your ankle, I suppose. Um, I suppose this protects your ankle. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So does this actually help? This bit at the top, does that actually help? What does that do for your ankle? Manchester 2014 World Cup. Yeah, yeah, because I always feel that that's weird how they had that whole thing up there. Um, so what does it so for those who've used them, what does it feel like? Lukaku's Tims, man. Or yellow and black indoor version. Oh wow. You see, like you always have to worry about blisters for some of these shoes as well. Um yeah. Man. All right, guys. Look, man. Tomorrow we'll be doing our thing, man. Tomorrow will be Saturday Hangout, man. Saturday Hangouts goes down tomorrow. We'll be doing our thing from 10 p.m. Join the boys, and of course, remember, Half Hope Sort is my other YouTube channel. Tomorrow we'll be having a big time, serious discussion about what the hell is happening, protest and everything. So, all about policemen specifically. So, join us in, do your thing, and I will see you all tomorrow. Stay true, stay real, stay blessed, stay sexy, stay coolio. Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.